stay in your lane, stay in your lane. She is very much creative sales, marketing, PR, product, and I was very much get shit done. I think we spent £1,000 on Google Ads, and by that point we were turning over 4 million. 80-90% of investors are men, middle-aged white men. We had to say, would you like some product to send to your wife and your girlfriend and your sister and your daughter? And then they would come back and go, oh my God, my wife loves this, my daughter loves this. They're all obsessed.
DTC Live On Air is powered by Bright Pill by Sage. In today's episode, I'm going to be joined by co-founder and director Nicola Piercy. Around 1% of venture funding goes to all female founding teams, and Nicola Piercy has lived inside the statistic. She co-founded Stripe and Stare, a British B Corp, making what they call the world's most comfortable underwear. Oprah agrees, it was on Oprah's favourite things, and so did the other 65,000 five-star reviews that they've got. But today's not about the products, it's about the money, it's around the pitch rooms, it's around the red flags, and it's what we should be looking for and what's keeping founders up at night. So if you're building a brand and you're wondering how to go into the funding game, this really is the one for you. I'm really excited about today's episode. I'm joined by co-founder of Stripe and Stare, Nicola Piercy. Thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Can you give us a bit of a background on you, a little bit about the company, and we'll go from there?
Absolutely. So Stripe and Stare, we are well renowned for making the world's most comfortable knickers. And we now make underwear and sleepwear. So we are B Corp certified. We're very much by women for women. And we founded it 9 years ago.
And what kind of got you into that market? Was you in e-com or D2C prior to founding the company?
Prior to that, I was all over the place. I did email marketing, and then I had my own business buying and selling property. Then I moved into marketing vodka. Then I ran cooking schools.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, lots of different things. And then my co-founder came to me and said that she wanted to launch a business. She had just sold her stores on the King's Road, where she had created the original knicker, which is still our best-selling shape. Oh. And so she came to me and said, right, I've got some seed funding. I need a yin to my yang. Will you come and start this business? So that's what we did.
And you both have got different skill sets, haven't you? Like, you're more the operational side of things, she's more creative, and I suppose is that what makes a good partnership?
We've been so lucky because we've been very much from day one, stay in your lane. So she is very much creative sales, marketing, PR, product, and I was very much everything else: operation, tech, finance. Get shit done.
That's your official title in the office. So she went through like a seed funding round to help with like the first production run.
So we did that together. So we started. We launched the end of August. I think we had a conversation in August. We certified the company end of August, and then we launched at the Spirit of Christmas. Wow. 3 months later, website, products, everything. So it was very fast.
Yeah, that's an intense launch. Like most people would start, like they would be like, oh, it's took 18 months, 2 years to go. Like 3 months is like lightning speed.
Yeah, exactly.
No messing about there.
No messing about. So we literally did everything in 3 months. So
any big like mistakes or learning curves from those first 3 months?
No, don't wait for anything to be perfect.
Yeah.
You've just got to get it done. You've got to get it out there. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay.
And what was like the big launch like? Was it as you expected? Had you built up a lot of hype behind it, or was it like a bit?
We were too busy to build any hype.
Okay.
We launched at something called Spirit of Christmas. I don't know if you know it. It's a big consumer product brand. So it's sort of 700 boutiques for a week of Christmas shopping in London, and it's sort of first week of November. So women come and they literally do all their Christmas shopping.
Oh, wow.
And so I was looking at the numbers actually the other day randomly. We did kind of 13,000 in that first week, which is insane for a brand that nobody knew anything of. And it was 7 days. And then from there, we really just built it up over word of mouth, and lots more fairs and getting out there and building it.
So was that like the route into the market, starting with more of an organic in-person method as opposed to going straight in on the ads.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we didn't really do Google ads. I think we spent £1,000 on Google ads a month up until for the first 4 years.
Oh, really?
Of the business.
So that
and by that point, we were turning over 4 million.
Wow. And Facebook, was that in?
No.
And what
that was our total spend.
How did you get that? How did you get that traction?
So word of mouth. It was 9 years ago, so we were very early days in the whole sort of Instagram, influencer, free gifting. That was amazing. And we got in very early on podcast sponsorship. So we did a couple of really good podcast sponsorship that really took the business off. And then obviously we were deep in COVID as well for 2 of those years. So that really helped.
That was a bit of a catalyst as well for growth.
People wanting comfortable underwear, comfortable loungewear, sustainable products, brands, independent brands. So we were very lucky.
And what was the difference between the business when you started or when you first went into that first fair, and then how did it start changing or pivoting from that point?
I mean, if you look at our first sort of business plan to now, it's very raw, very unpolished. I mean, we didn't have AI and Canva and everything else. So it was, not design friendly. I mean, luckily, the ethos behind our brand, what we stand for, the products, the knickers are still similar, but the look and feel of it has changed. But what we stand for is very much still the same.
And have you kept the customers throughout that journey as well? Like, as you guys have evolved, have they come along that with you?
Yeah, that's what was so amazing, is that once we get a customer, that's it.
That's it for life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like the capital and the raising. And I know that's something that you're quite passionate about, particularly in helping female founders as well. Like, what was the hardest no that you received, if you did, as you was going through any kind of raise, and what was the reason that they gave?
We got a lot of no's, millions of them. I think the one thing I always say to people is don't take it personally, because not everyone is going to get your product. Not everyone is in a position at that point to invest in you. It may be that they've just invested in something else. It may be that they're actually only doing tech. There's a million different reasons why they don't invest in you, and you just can't take it personally.
Yeah.
You have to stay strong to your belief, your passion, your product, and find the right partners who do get it.
Is it harder to sell a female targeted brand to investors as well?
Absolutely.
Like, if they're not the demographic, do they struggle with understanding market fit, or like do you come across those kind of obstacles? Every
single time, because 80-90% of investors are men.
Yeah.
Middle-aged white men, and so we had to say, would you like some product to send to your wife and your girlfriend and your sister and your daughter? And then they would come back and go, oh my God, my wife loves this. My wife loves this. My daughter loves this. They're all obsessed. So it wasn't until that point that they got the product. So it's very hard to try and sell. And also you're talking about knickers and you're talking about thongs, and they're like, oh.
We don't want to talk about that.
And VPLs. And
yeah. I was going to say, has there been any questions that you've been asked in a pitch that they wouldn't get, or that it's a struggle to even explain to them what it is that you're talking about, or has it been?
I mean, I think you've just got to own it, haven't you?
Yeah.
And talk about it and be passionate about it. And if they don't get it, they don't get it.
Yeah, they're not the right
There's only
investor.
so much you can do, exactly.
Yeah. How did you change your pitch to the investors once you understood what was happening? Because I imagine if you're going into this for the first time, like there's a lot of no's earlier on, and then you're refining your presentation, like how it is that you're going to be putting the brand across. Like, what did you learn?
So actually on that note, we did actually send products before we had the meeting. So that was always a good way of sort of breaking that ice. So the wife, the mother, the girlfriend had already tried it before we had the meeting. So therefore there was more of an understanding when you got to that point. That was, one of one of the things that we kind of focused on, definitely.
And do you become, like, as you get more confidence with it, do you become more selective over who you want to invest in the company?
100%, yes. Yeah, we've always said that we wanted, the right strategic people involved, and we're so lucky we've got incredible people on our cap table who we can call up at any time and help. So it's about finding the right people. You don't want just well, sometimes it is just about cash. A lot of it is about cash, but it is, you have to think about that person, what they want as well. And luckily we've got over 250 investors.
Wow. And
they're all very silent. So they only shout when we need them.
Yeah.
Or they reply in support to investor reports.
And I suppose then you've got to decide as a founder what route that you want to go as well. Like, do you want someone that's an advisor that's going to have more input in the day-to-day, or because there's lots of horror stories that you hear around people bringing in investors, it not being a good fit once they start working together. Is there anything that you can do to mitigate those earlier on?
I mean, I think it's doing your due diligence. It's not just about them doing due diligence on you.
Yeah.
You have to do due diligence on them. It's like going into a marriage, especially with VCs. So it's calling up all the other companies they work with, seeing what their relationship is like in the good and the bad and the ugly, making sure, that they are the right partner for you. When we raised through a VC, we had 4 term sheets on the table. And so we went through all of them and looked at not only the deals themselves, but also the background, who they work with, what that looked like. So it's very important. Yeah,
making the right decision earlier on. Has there been any red flags that you missed early that you was like, oh shit, we should have learned, or we've learned from that now, we wouldn't?
I think, sort of legal things in articles that you can't possibly find. You've spent thousands of pounds hiring lawyers to do it right for you, and then you find out that actually it's not right at all. But now the joys of AI, you throw it through Claude and say, is this okay?
Flag everything for me.
So luckily that won't happen again.
No. I know, what did we actually do before? I honestly don't know how we functioned or had any brain power, because
exactly.
I feel like
we thought Google was revolutionary.
Now it's just used for absolutely everything, and it's brilliant. Did you ever walk away from money that was on the table, and if so, what made you do that?
So when we had those term sheets, we definitely chose well. One of the companies that we rejected or said no to, he literally threw a tantrum and got so cross, and we were just like, wow. That's
the reason.
That was a good save. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. And you're not going to know these things about everyone. You only see what someone wants you to see of them, don't they?
Yeah,
don't you?
Exactly, which is why due diligence is so important.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the B Corp piece of the company. That's quite a difficult certification to get. Is it something that you started out earlier on thinking, we definitely want to be B Corp certified?
Absolutely. I mean, we didn't set out to start a sustainable business. We always wanted to do a business, but it had to be sustainable because that's where we were in the world at the time. And so to start a business that isn't sustainable was just non-negotiable. So for us, it's all about authenticity. And at that time, there's so much greenwashing going on that we wanted to have as much kind of outside verification as possible to say that we are doing the right thing and we're thinking about the right things.
Yeah.
So that was really important for us from day one.
Yeah. It's quite an expensive investment for brands to make, isn't it? To get into the process or to
It's not I mean, it's not too expensive in terms of cash. Time wise, it's it takes a lot.
Yeah.
But we were very small. We've just had it because it gets redone every 3 years.
Okay.
So we've just had it redone again, and we've gone up 10 points. So that's what's really nice, is it's always a work in progress.
Yeah.
So it's not just tick, done, thanks very much, carry on.
Yeah.
You're always it gives you things to improve on, it gives you things to work on. And so as the business grows, you get better and better.
Yeah, I suppose it's really important in the fashion industry as well, isn't it? Because it's got such a bad rep for, like you said, all the greenwashing and
exactly.
poor manufacturing. Thinking about like cash flow, you started a business that requires like a lot of inventory up front, doesn't it? It's a lot of different sizes that you have to carry. Like, how big does the range go?
So in an ideal world, I was like, we'll just make black knickers. That's our best selling product. One style, black knickers, simple merchandising, warehouse full of them. But apparently we're not allowed to do that.
No.
So yeah, we do extra small to 4X now.
Okay.
So I can't do the maths on that, 7 sizes. And obviously we have a lot of SKUs. We now have a 14,000 square foot warehouse in Devon. So it is a lot of product. And it's difficult. It's stock is impossible. You know, during COVID, it was going crazy. We were tiny. We were building, just buying. And then we came out of COVID and nobody wanted to see a lounge pant ever again. And we had all the stock that we were sitting on, which is cash, and we had to get rid of it. And, you know, so it's a constant juggle.
Yeah.
It's a constant juggle. And I don't think any business has ever got it right.
So what do you do now to like help with forecasting there?
It's really hard because, you know, Christmas is our busiest season. Then most of our manufacturing is done in China. So they have Chinese New Year, which is off January, February. So you're buying stock for 5 months in September, not knowing how you're going to hit your forecast.
Yeah.
So if you're 20% under your forecast, you're suddenly sitting on this huge amount of stock and tied up all your cash and you haven't got any cash in. So yeah, I mean, there's no
magic solution.
No magic solution, sadly.
And what about so you got on Oprah's Favourite Things, didn't you? What was that like? That's a bit of a dream PR hit, isn't it?
It was pretty amazing. And
that's not like, it's not placed, that product, is it? Like they go out and do the research, don't they?
Yeah. So she very much loved our product and found it organically in a boutique in Montecito. And so we knew she loved it. And then she posted an Instagram post with her in it, sort of loungewear and sweatshirt. And we were like, oh my God. And she replied personally from her Oprah Instagram handle, saying, I love it so much. I have 3 in every colour and blah, blah, blah. I wear them to jog and everything. And so then we went to her PR team and said, can we go on Oprah's Favourite Things list? And then we sort of worked on that. But it's really difficult because they give you 2 months notice.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that product in stock at the time. So we were all sort of, are we in, are we out, are we in, are we out? And you have to get on Amazon as well because all the sales go through Amazon, which is a minefield in itself in the US. And you don't know how much stock. So we're asking the team, well, do you think we'll sell 200 units, 20,000 units, 2,000 units? Like, what are we thinking? And they're like, well, I don't know, really.
So what did you do? And
so we bought 2,000, 3,000 units.
Of each
style item.
Yeah.
Did it in a couple of colorways, sold out pretty quickly. But then the alternative was having more stock tied up in cash and it not doing as well. So, yeah. Did it tricky.
Did it create a bit more of a hype in the US for you, that?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Was it big in the US before then, or was it?
We've always been in the US. It's always organically been about 15% of our business.
Okay.
And we were in lots of wholesalers in the US. So yes, it did, but the halo effect was obviously huge as well.
Yeah. I thought that's such a thing, because I bet you was looking like, oh, I wonder if we ordered like 6,000 of each, like all of that, like cash that was sat on the table, but I've got no idea how these things are going to perform.
No idea how it's going to perform, no idea if it's going to sell out. And so you just have to, stick a finger in the air and pick a number.
Has that been the biggest PR
and I suppose
piece?
Look at the cash against that and say, okay, can we tie that up?
Yeah. So has that been the biggest PR piece that you've had with the company, or has there been any bigger ones?
I mean, we've had press in every single major magazine and newspaper. You know, all the biggest kind of celebrities wear us. So, but yes, I mean, you know, you can't get bigger than Oprah.
How well does like traditional like print work for you guys now? Like, or to be featured in like these magazines and the online publications? Like, does it drive a lot of purchases for you?
Yeah,
or is it
yeah.
more of
We
an
just had a big
awareness?
article in the Times last weekend.
Yeah.
And that definitely had a bump in sales. But you know, like anything, it's not doing one thing. It's everything.
That's what I think it's like always not like a forgotten piece of marketing for brands, but I think they're often focused on like acquisition through like the bigger platforms like Meta.
Yeah.
And then the more traditional pieces maybe get pushed to the back, and it's how well is it going to perform? Have you guys ever done anything with like TV advertising?
Yeah, we've got a TV ad out at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
and a
that?
YouTube ad. Yeah, again, we haven't got the results out yet, but I think the halo effect seems to be working.
Yeah, everything's coming
Yeah,
together.
you know, the traffic on the site is better. So
with going back to like cash and planning, like are you still quite involved in like the financial modelling and the planning for the company?
no, we have a full-time FD, CFO. Yeah, absolutely. And I have 3 people in the merchandising team. So, you know, that is definitely not my thing anymore.
What are you obsessed over though in terms of numbers when you're looking at things?
So, you know, in the early days, it was just getting products out the door.
Yeah.
And now it's so nuanced, everything that we do. So it's every number. So we look at, on a daily basis, AOV, CAC, customer acquisition cost. We look at conversion rate, sessions, and then obviously product margins, lifetime value, all of those good things. But, you know, if any of those move 10% up or down, it makes a huge impact.
Yeah.
So it's monitoring them all the time as to why and how.
Yeah. And as like a female founder, and you're like well respected as well in the community of other female founders, like, you know, a lot of others. And what do you think female founders should do differently in the room?
In terms of raising money?
In terms of just anything, like I think there's still like sometimes people will come in and go, oh, I've got like imposter syndrome, and I always like wonder how you can step away from that feeling and feel that you know, have every right to be in that room as other people there and own it. Have you found anything to be helpful
I mean,
there?
I think it's being authentic, honest, and, you know, not knowing that you don't have to know everything. And I think that's the most empowering thing about being a woman and being in those female founder spaces, is that there are so many people who, you know, buoy you up and have your back. And actually the moment you say, oh God, actually, I don't think this, someone will say, don't be ridiculous. You are, you can, you will.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing space to be in. And no one needs to know all the answers or have everything. So I think it's just about being honest.
Yeah.
And if you want to know something or you're having a problem, shout, because there will be people to help you.
Yeah, someone's always going to be there to try and support. DTC Live On Air is powered by Bright Pearl by Sage. Do you think that women should be pitching different investors or pitching differently?
Oh, it's a hard one, because, I mean, as we know, the VC number has not changed in the last 5 years. In fact, I think it's got worse. So, but it's still possible. Lots of people still raise money through VCs, but I think it's trying every angle. It's, you know, bootstrapping if you can, if you've got the time and the patience, you know, doing it more slowly, more considered. It's also going out to angels, crowdfunding, grants. It's being scrappy and doing everything you can. But I think ultimately, if you're passionate about your business, you're ambitious about your business, then, you know, someone will see that, and you've got a great product, then someone will see that.
How would you advise founders to raise now? Like if you was going into like, you know, if you met like a new business owner and they was like, this is my plan, like would you advise them to start with the bootstrap first, or is it market dependent?
I mean, it's market dependent. I mean, obviously with the product-led business, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly chasing that stock level. I would say get your deck in order, get your assets in order, and then reach out to the warm leads. So go on your socials, on your LinkedIn, people you used to work with, friends and family, you know, and you don't necessarily have to sort of send an email out to everyone saying, please, can you give me some money?
Yeah.
It's actually more go and say, can you read my deck? What do you think? Is there anyone you know who would be interested in this? So even if you know that person's got money and might want to invest, you sort of pitch it in a slightly different way. So it's not so,
Yeah.
can you help me? What do you think? Is there anyone you would know? Is always a kind of easier way, especially with sort of friends and family and people you know.
Yeah.
Or work colleagues, or you know, whoever they are. And then get out there, go to events, go to networking things, go to join communities like Female Founders Rise, get out there in the world, talk to people.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed there's been like a surge of LinkedIn direct messages around like brands sending decks. Like I've had probably about like 5 in the past month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, oh, would you be interested? Like, we're raising, and I've not read through them all because I'm not an investor.
No.
But
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I thought there's been a real like increase, so maybe people are looking at alternative ways of raising to get things off the ground.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, we raised a lot from our customer database.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was amazing.
What did you do there?
So we did it all along the way. We did it from sort of day one, really.
Yeah.
But sort of in 2022, we sent an email to our customer database, one email, and said, if you're interested, fill out this form. And we raised £1 million from that email.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what was the benefit for, obviously they're investing in the company, but how did you pitch it to the customers?
Just come on the journey with us. They get a 25% discount code for life.
Yeah.
You know, some of them invested as much as little as kind of £65.
So they was like, oh, we love this product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they get their quarterly shareholder report. So, you know, so it's a nice, you know, and we've got our brand army out there.
Yeah. Was that like nerve-wracking to do it that way? Or whose idea was it to start with the customers?
Well, we did it from day one. So, you know, we know the customers are they're great fans of the product.
Yeah.
And so we did it. Yeah. From day one, we raised, I think, 150,000 in year one.
Wow.
From sending an email out to our customers as well.
Was that always the plan then to raise?
It was always, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my co-founder, Katie's a single mother. So this was very much her way of, you know, working and bringing up her children. And neither of us had any money to put into the business. Mm-hmm. And we had very ambitious plans for it. So we got that seed funding, and then we've sort of been raising ever since. We stopped 2 years ago. So that's fine.
That's it then, no more?
Well, no, never say never. But also, you know, we've got over 250 investors. So at some point they're going to need their money back. Yeah. So I don't know what that looks like at the moment. It may be a secondary round where we get a bit more cash into the business to maybe inject into the US. It may be an exit. We don't know. So, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So what about, like, how did you first get into the US? Because that's often, I think it used to be a little bit easier for brands to step over the pond that way. Now it feels a little bit more tricky. How did you guys break the US market?
We've always, from day one, we've always built it as a US, London, sort of LA, New York, Sydney kind of girl. And so we had Shopbop, which is a big US retailer, from day one, which is amazing. So we've always had that sort of halo effect in the US, and they're still our biggest retailer our biggest wholesaler.
So how did you get in touch with them? Did you just reach out and say, this is the product?
Because Katie had a relationship with the buyer
Okay.
From her previous company.
Right.
So she was very much sort of helping us almost develop kind of the products and what they wanted.
Oh, wow.
So we've still got a very good relationship with them. And then we went into a lot of wholesale into the US. And then gifted influencers in the US, and then Oprah. So, all of that sort of halo.
Yeah. And is it still 15% of the business? Or
Yeah.
Is that and would you want to increase that further?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's an expensive game to play, so we're just figuring that out.
Yeah. Do you have like a standalone US site, or are you using...
Yeah, we have a standalone US site.
And fulfillment's all done through there?
No, we do all our fulfillment through the UK.
Oh, okay.
We did have a US warehouse, but it was too complicated with stock and inventory, because invariably all the stock was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then you'd write a newsletter, and then the US site would have totally different stock to the UK. So it was just endless. Oh, we've got that, but it's in the US. So it's too much.
Just complicated.
Too complicated.
So with the retail in the UK, then you're in all of the major retailers, aren't you? Was that
pretty much
an easy journey to get into, or was that a lot of hard work?
We had a very easy journey into Selfridges, which Katie kept telling me is not normal, because it was I think year one, and she sent Alana Weston a box of knickers, and we later found out that she was said to the secretary, because her PA, who we became friends with, she was like, oh my God, someone gave me these knickers at Christmas. They're amazing. Get them in immediately. And so Selfridges called us and said, can you come in? We'd like to buy your knickers. And we had to say, no, we need 2 months. We can't possibly come in because we're not ready, and we've only got, one design, and et cetera, et cetera. So we went in, and they basically just sort of fawned all over us, because Alana had told them to, and then bought lots. So that was good.
That's amazing. And that's unusual.
And that's very unusual. The rest are much harder.
Yeah.
Because also the buyers change every week, every month. They've all got 250 brands they're managing.
And is that the best way of getting in front of them then, gifting? Just finding the contact details, sending them, and is that easier than getting a meeting? Sometimes.
I mean, no, it all works in different ways.
Yeah.
Every single one works in a different way. So it's impossible.
Yeah. It's a funny world, the gifting.
Yeah.
Like it's still fun. You see like all of the influencer ones on like Instagram still, and I read one the other day, and it wasn't in DTC, but like ITV had contacted a local Manchester brand and was like, we're looking for this, but we do not pay. We want all of these products and we want this, but we're not prepared to pay. And they're just like, this is a small business, and it's such like a warped way of thinking now, but it's like expected that brands should just be gifting things out. Yeah. What does that look like for your like influencer strategy? Is a lot of that around like gifting, or is it like paid placement?
So what we tend to do is we only obviously work with people who genuinely love the product. And so they tend to gift organically, and then we work with them in a paid partnership.
Okay.
So that's sort of normally the way it works.
And are you using all of their creatives to drive your like acquisition strategies? Like for you?
I don't think yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
We need to, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way of getting some additional content.
Exactly.
How has AI impacted the business? Like, have you guys brought it in much into like day-to-day operations yet?
Yes, definitely. We're all obsessed with Claude.
Yeah.
So all our sort of finances and board packs and everything, are all driven by Claude. So that's really helpful.
Yeah.
And obviously the team use it. Yeah, it's very much kind of encouraged.
Yeah, it's
game changing.
It is. It really is. And what does the focus for the next like 12 months look like for you guys at the moment?
So for us, it's very much kind of building on the growth, building on the profitability, And just keep going, tweaking those numbers, getting bigger and bigger growth.
And is there one belief about money and fundraising that you held early on that you now know was completely wrong?
Probably so many. I can't really remember what I was like. I was naive, and maybe this will be the last round.
Yeah.
This will be the last time we fundraise. That's definitely never true. That it really won't take up much time.
Yeah.
Definitely not true. Probably those.
Does it ever get like a bit scary? Like, does it feel like a snowball, just with all the build up and the raising, and like, is it not like that? Is it exciting?
I think we've done it so consistently for so long that it's just, you just get on with it, and people say no, you go, okay, never mind, and you move on.
Just become totally unfazed by the whole thing.
Totally unfazed by it, I think. But and it's just, it's interesting because every single person you talk to is kind of interesting as well, and they've invested in something else, and so you learn stuff, and it's.
I bet it's really like opened out your network as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like on introducing you to others, and for you to be able to help other founders as and when.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. It was a brilliant chat.
Thank you for having me.
DTC Live On Air is powered by Bright Pearl by Sage.